welcome to Live Interactive English. My name is Winnie.
And I'm Matt. Today we are going to look at part 2 of an article called The Good Work of the Elephant Circle Project. So last time we looked at part 1 and we learned that in Taiwan between 1999 and 2005, many of the schools were closing down because not enough enrollment. And this, negatively affected students who were living in remote areas who would now have to travel even further to their schools, and this caused them to develop harmful behaviors. As a result, in 2006, the Elephant Circle Project was founded, and this is a group which offers services to children to protect them and to help them to become better within their situation. So by teaching them skills like music and sports, and also practical skills which they could possibly use later on in their career.
Right, it's a form of charity. And speaking of which, have you ever participated in a charity?
You mean done work for free?
Yes, volunteer work.
Well, I think my work is too valuable to give away for free, so I need to, protect my own work. But, if someone of a charity wants to provide something to me, I'm happy to accept it.
Well, I certainly try and donate to charities as much as I can. And actually, one form of charity that I'm sure you might even enjoy is actually going to thrift shops.
Oh, okay.
So usually you will find a lot of thrift stores, secondhand stores where they will take the proceeds of, the sales that day and actually donate it to those in need.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty good. So I can get some new things and be helping people.
You see, there's
helping
always
me and helping some other people maybe too.
Exactly. So there is a way.
Okay. Well, let's find out more about what this Elephant Circle Project does when we get into our article.
The After-School Companionship Program is another service included within the project. It provides children with safe places to study after school. Here, they are given support with their education, taught new life skills, and helped to develop positive values. Before school, Eden also provides healthy breakfasts to children who may otherwise go hungry in the mornings, as a balanced diet is essential for their development. The impact of the project is best illustrated by the example of Xuan, a boy from a remote village in Miaoli. After exhibiting concerning behavior at school, Xuan joined the After-School Companionship Program. Over time, his behavior improved, as did his academic performance. He also became more emotionally stable and even took up new activities like unicycle riding.
Let's get into today's article, The Good Work of the Elephant Circle Project, Part 2.
The After-School Companionship Program is another service included within the project. It provides children with safe places to study after school. Here, they are given support with their education, taught new life skills, and helped to develop positive values.
That's amazing.
So this is their companionship program. Companionship means being together with someone, usually working together, meaning you are someone's companion, and your relationship could be called a companionship. So this program, which helps the students have a place to go, means they'll have other people to study with or to support them.
Right, the partnership is very important to them. And continuing on, before school, Eden also provides healthy breakfasts to children who may otherwise go hungry in the mornings, as a balanced diet is essential for their development. And as we were talking about, especially for kids who now have to travel farther, they're not going to have time to eat, a very hearty meal.
Right, and if you don't have time and you don't have the money to afford these things, you might just skip the meal and wait for the meal when you get to school.
Yeah,
but I think it's important. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Right, and who knows what lasting impacts it will have on their health if they skip breakfast.
So the impact of the project is best illustrated by the example of Xuan, a boy from a remote village in Miaoli.
And so we have the word impact, and it is a noun. It means the result of two things colliding, or in this case, the effects it has on the participants. Yeah.
So taking part in this social project,
right.
They're having an impact. It's affecting them in a way.
So for example, the movie was a huge hit and had a major impact on fans in many different countries.
So to illustrate in this case means to provide the best example for something. So in order to illustrate or to provide an example of how this project benefits children, they gave the example of 宣传. So we might also hear this word illustrate meaning to draw or to provide images to go with text, such as in a children's storybook, it will be illustrated with pictures. So an example sentence, the teacher used a famous study to illustrate his point. After exhibiting concerning behavior at school, 宣传 joined the after-school companionship program.
So when something is concerning, it means cause to worry, and maybe, especially if you're seeing a child, have some concerning behavior, you might be a little bit worried that something's going on with them. Yeah.
Over time, his behavior improved, as did his academic performance.
Right. Okay. So, and what does it mean to exhibit something? So it's a verb, and it means to show or display something. So for example, Polly exhibited no signs of sadness when she was told the bad news. So you're showing something. Or maybe, for example, we've heard, an art exhibit, right? Where you're displaying something.
That's right. Okay, so we said that his behavior and his academic performance improved. So academic is an adjective meaning relating to education or relating to school. So if someone's academic performance improved, it means that they're doing better at school, probably means you're getting higher grades and your teachers are much happier with you.
Right, they're performing better.
So for example, Jimmy was known throughout the school for his academic achievements.
Very good. And continuing on, he also became more emotionally stable and even took up new activities like unicycle riding.
All right. Well, that's an interesting activity to take up. So unicycle.
Yeah, so we have we have uni, so that usually means one.
Yeah.
And typically we ride maybe bicycles.
Bicycle. So the bi at the beginning of bicycle means two.
Yeah.
And the uni at the beginning of this word means one. So bicycle has two wheels. A unicycle has just one wheel.
Yeah.
And then there's another kind, a tricycle, because tri means three. A tricycle has three wheels.
Right. Very cool. So I'm glad to see that, he picked up unicycling.
I know that's an interesting hobby to have picked up.
Yeah, not juggling or anything. Maybe that's step two.
That's step two. You
got to unicycle first.
And then you learn to juggle on the unicycle, and then you're ready for your career.
Right, exactly. So maybe Shunshuan's training to be a clown.
Maybe. Wow.
Well, we'll have to see after the break.
Right, we'll come back after the break and learn more about Shunshuan.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的课文介绍了项圈工程计划，那其中一个主要服务是多元学习方案，帮助孩子们来培养技能。那另外一项服务则是课后陪伴，它为孩子们提供了放学后的安全学习场所。在这边呢，他们就可以获得教育资源啊，学习新的生活技能，并且得到协助培养积极的价值观。在上学前，伊甸也为那些可能在早上会挨饿的孩子们提供健康的早餐。我们来看看轩轩的例子，他是一个来自苗栗小村落的男孩。那他的例子最能说明项圈工程计划的影响。轩轩在学校表现出令人担忧的行为。那后来他加入了课后陪伴方案，经过一段时间后，他的行为跟学业表现都有所改善，情绪也变得更加稳定，甚至还开始学习新的活动，像是骑单轮车。好 ，unicycle 就是单轮车，它的字首 UNI 就是指一个单一的。现在如果我们把这个字首改成 TRI 表示三，那 tricycle 就可以指三轮车。老师们刚刚还有提到 juggle 这个动词 Juggle， juggle 就是玩杂耍的意思。 好，再来看到课文单字 impact， 它表示影响、作用。那 Winnie 老师在解释时，他提到两事物碰在一起产生结果。那老师用到 collide 这个动词 ，collide，collide 表示碰撞、相撞或是冲突。下一个单字 illustrate， 它是动词，可以表达用例子、图表等等来说明、阐明。那么 exhibit 这个动词则是表现、显示、展出或是展示。再看到 academic， 它是形容词，形容学业的、学术的。那这边两个重点，我们进入文法时间。这边我们来学习动词 provide， 它表示提供、给予。要表达提供某人、某事物，可以用到下列句型。那特别注意介系词的不同哦。一个是你可以用 provide somebody with something， 或者是你可以用 provide something to somebody， 或者是 for somebody。举例来说 ，They provide their customers with free delivery。也可以说 They provide free delivery to their customers。他们为顾客提供免费运送服务。第二个重点是 as， 它可以当连接词，表达也是、如同。那当我们用 as助动词加主词，或者是 as be 动词加主词，可以表达什么什么也是，如同什么什么，用来肯定附和前面的子句。那注意前方的子句用 be 动词，我们 as 后方也要用 be 动词。当前方子句用一般动词，那我们就要根据时态还有人称，在 as 的后面用适当的助动词。我们来看两个例句。Ed is a baseball fan, as are his children.Ed 是棒球迷，他的孩子们也是。Amy likes to dance, as does her daughter. Amy 喜欢跳舞，她女儿也是。那接回到课文中。
Though Xuan Xuan is only one child, there are many others like him whose lives have been changed for the better by the Elephant Circle project.Where a child grows up or how much money their family has should not determine how many opportunities come their way. That's why it is so important the Eden Foundation continues to support children for many years to come.
Welcome back from the break. So, before we learned about Xuan Xuan, a kid from a small village in Miaoli who, he had a rough go at life and he wasn't performing great academically because he was, underprivileged. But we then noticed that as soon as he joined the program, not only did he perform way better academically, he even picked up a hobby, which was unicycling.
Right. A very interesting hobby.
Yeah.
All right. Though Xuan Xuan is only one child, there are many others like him whose lives have been changed for the better by the Elephant Circle project.
Right. And this is a really great thing that they're doing. Continuing on, where a child grows up or how much money their family has should not determine how many opportunities come their way. And I agree with that, A lot of success stories actually start from people who are underprivileged.
That's right. So sometimes they just need a little bit more of a push to be given these opportunities or chances to do things in their lives because if you're starting from a point where you don't have these choices, these things that you have the ability to do, you maybe never will learn these new things, never learn these new skills that can really help you in life.
Right, and it might force you to work harder for what you want. And so we have this word determine, and it is a verb, and it means to establish or decide something. So, for example, the prices of the restaurants determined where we decided to eat.
Okay, so they made you decide where you want to eat because of those prices.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it is so important the Eden Foundation continues to support children for many years to come.
So, what do you think? What do you think the long-term benefits of the Elephant Circle project will be?
I think the effects of something like this, will help for more students to turn into productive adults. I mean, in order to this kind of program can actually help to reduce things like crime because of the fact that these students, instead of getting involved in harmful activities, harmful behaviors, will actually be focused on their studies, will have a better chance of going on to university or some form of other education and getting a successful career.
Right.
And therefore helping the next generation after them to have the same opportunities as them.
Right. And so actually most of the time, a lot of crime that happens usually comes from kids who don't have a place to go and are maybe not feeling seen. And this project really gives them a community in which they do feel like they have a family. Yeah, and it keeps them off the streets.
Yeah, I think programs like this that give people a place to go, give them something else to do, something else to look forward to are very helpful. And I think it's nice to see that there's a group doing this in Taiwan.
Yeah, and I definitely see why, they use the name Elephant Circle because as you can see, there's a lot of adults who are really rooting for these kids.
Protecting the young, just like those elephants in the circle protecting their young.
Yes, well, this was a really great episode and I'm really happy that something like this exists. So thanks for watching.
All right, goodbye.
课文最后提到，有很多像萱萱一样的孩子，他们的生活因为项圈工程计划而变得更好。那孩子们可以获得多少机会，不应该取决于在哪里长大，或是家里多少钱。那这正是伊甸基金会在未来许多年继续扶助孩子们如此重要的原因。单字 determine 是动词，它就表示决定、确定或者是下决心。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。我们来学习 That's why 主词加动词，表示那就是什么什么的原因。句型当中的 why 是引导名词子句来当主词补语用。例如 Dana is lactose intolerant. That's why she doesn't drink milk. Dana 有乳糖不耐症，那就是她不喝牛奶的原因。好，那以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
The After-School Companionship Program is another service included within the project. It provides children with safe places to study after school. Here, they are given support with their education, taught new life skills, and helped to develop positive values. Before school, Eden also provides healthy breakfasts to children who may otherwise go hungry in the mornings, as a balanced diet is essential for their development. The impact of the project is best illustrated by the example of Xuan, a boy from a remote village in Miaoli. After exhibiting concerning behavior at school, Xuan joined the after-school companionship program. Over time, his behavior improved, as did his academic performance. He also became more emotionally stable and even took up new activities like unicycle riding. Though Xuan is only one child, there are many others like him whose lives have been changed for the better by the Elephant Circle project. Where a child grows up or how much money their family has should not determine how many opportunities come their way. That's why it is so important the Eden Foundation continues to support children for many years to come.
Hey, it's KiWi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. Oh, can I borrow maybe some money because I ran out and I want to go get some drinks.
You ran out of what?
I ran out of money,
You ran out of money? Your money got up and ran away?
No, that's a phrase and it basically means I don't have any money on me right now.
Ah, okay. Does that mean we're gonna be working on phrases today?
Sure does.
All right, let's go check it out. Let's work on some phrases today. Our first Chinese phrase is 害群之马.
A black sheep.
A black sheep.
A black sheep.
I think it's a black sheep.
A
black horse.
Okay, what do you think?
那我选下面的。
A black...
哎，等一下，不是上面的，我觉得是上面的了。
So, those... Are you sure?
应该是吧。
Then you should have gone with the bottom one. A black sheep. Okay, next. 声音沙哑。
上面。
Okay, you say
Have a frog in one's throat. Have a frog in one's
throat.
Have a butterfly in one's throat.
Have a butterflies in one's throat.
Oh, have a frog in one's throat.
Have a frog in one's throat.
Have a frog in one's throat is correct. Have a frog in one's throat. Okay, so what have we learned today?
We heard some new phrases today, so let's learn a bit more about them. Our first one is a black sheep. And it's usually used to describe someone who doesn't traditionally fit in to what society sees as normal. The origin came from early history when farmers who bred sheep, they would always want to produce sheep of the same color, but sometimes a black sheep would be born. This black sheep obviously would be different from the rest of the group, so they will stand out. So sometimes when people stand out from a group, they would be called a black sheep. And our next phrase is have a frog in one's throat. And this is when someone can't say what they want because their throat might be raspy or you're temporarily not able to speak because of a tightness in your throat. And the origin came from all the way back in the 19th century. Usually when people have a sore throat, they can make a sound that kind of sounds like the croaking of a frog. So those are the phrases we learned today. KiWi later!